My mother has survived until 100 because this person who grew up in an extended family environment understood on some level what it meant to bring her to 100 years. Because let me tell you, it was touch and go for a lot of these 5 years as to whether or not my mother was going to get to 100. My mother suffered financial exploitation and emotional and psychological abuse. I don't know who said this to me in this party, because you know, when you're doing this kind of production, you don't have time to sit down and whatever. My mother said to this person who repeated it to me, "I didn't know so many people loved me." Okay? That really touched me because, whew, I'm sorry. I felt that occasion brought something to my mother that she sorely needed, she wasn't getting. And in some of my experiences with some of other friends of mine who've had elderly parents or whatnot, I've come to understand, I'm not going to make it. As an individual, I think our responsibility relating to elder abuse is to stop it, to report it, to take responsibility for being the person who stands between the abuser and the elder that's being abused, is to take all the steps that you can think of, call the police, call 911, call a family member, alert people in the community, or rather in the family, that this is going on. A lot of elders don't even have family members, all right? And as I've been told, a lot of them allow this abuse to go on because they don't want to be alone. Well, why should they be alone? As a community, we should not, okay, allow our family members to, our elders to be alone. I don't think that anyone feels good when they're being abused. I don't think they develop as a human person to their maximum potential if they're being abused. I think you have to fight so hard if you're being abused to maintain your dignity and your selfhood. I think as a community, we need to take responsibility for our elders. We see them in the street. There's an old lady that walks in the street all the time. She's an Asian woman. She drags her leg in the street. She walks in the street. She lives around my mother. Every time I see that woman, I look at her. I wonder who's taking care of her. I wonder if she's living alone. Nobody wonders about these people. Nobody cares about them. Do you take something to them? Do you know how they spend their Christmas holiday? If they're not part of a senior center, what are they doing? Revisit the Elder Justice Act and fund it. Put the money there. Stop playing around with your own senior years. Because let me tell you, you may have your congressional pension, but it doesn't necessarily mean that somebody's not going to try and take it away from you. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get the care that you have the money to pay for. Stop fooling around with it. We all have not had the luxury of being a congressperson using taxpayers' money. So fund the act. The people need it.